Hello, I'm Delusion Dispeller, and I've been requested to make a video about narcissism in families. So I went and did the research and compiled some notes, also some experiences that I've personally gone through, and I'm going to make the next set of videos based on the narcissistic spouse and the narcissistic parent. We're going to start with the narcissistic spouse. The first thing is you need to know what you're dealing with narcissists. First of all, I want to say you need to have a detached attitude when dealing with narcissists of any kind. Even if you can't take on a divorce or a separation, if it's not exactly where you want to go with this, you need to detach emotionally from the situation. That means you don't take on their blame, their criticism, their condemnation as your own, and you let them own their feelings. You learn to be your own individual person, and you let them own their emotions, their reactions, etc. If they say you're stupid, you don't automatically believe, oh, they say I'm stupid, so I'm stupid. You need to know who you are and believe that about yourself, not what they say about you. The second thing is, besides knowing who you are and detachment, you need to do some research. You need to learn how they're going to react. You need to learn what is common with narcissistic personality disorder in anybody. First of all, let's talk about some of those things. The narcissist believes he is all superior. He is God, he is chief, he is king, he is all that. He believes he's entitled to anything he wants, and this goes for women as well. The narcissist shows no remorse when he's hurt somebody. He, when confronted, will blame others and exclaim that he did such and such because after all he did for them, they owe him whatever. He's secretive. He lies a lot of times. He's emotionally unavailable. He is overly sensitive. He is deceptive. He always gives you a sense that he is so busy and everybody just needs him so badly. They can do this in the form of a ministry, politics. They might be famous. They might not be famous. They might be just an average Joe that tends to have a lot of phone calls coming in, and sometimes they'll say they have a lot of phone calls and they don't really. It just depends. There's not one steadfast rule in them looking busy. They just want you to think that everybody needs them desperately, and so should you. So that varies. Let's see. They are overly sensitive to criticism. They are deceptive. We already talked about lying. They give you a sense that they're so busy. I already told you that. They feel okay with their outer self, their false self, but deep down they feel very, very inadequate. They have very low self-esteem. They have a false self that is the center of their world, and they want that false self to be what everybody believes is really them, even though it's not. They want all eyes on them, on themselves. They expect you to read their mind and be one step ahead of them at all times, and will say things like, well, you should have known I wanted that. Or they'll compare you to somebody that always was one step ahead of them and always knew what they wanted without them having to ask. They'll call you on not following through, so make sure if you say you're going to do something that you do it. You should do that anyways, but with a narcissist, they will call you on it every time. They'll catch you. They know you sometimes better than you know yourself, and they know what buttons to push to get you to jump. You need to stay calm and be objective with them when they start this know-it-all type of approach. Overreacting does nothing but make them say, see, I told you were crazy. They project upon you. Narcissists cannot handle feeling wrong about anything. And since if something goes wrong, somebody has to be to blame, and it can't be them in their mind, they have to put the blame on somebody and tag, you are it. They will tell you things like, oh, you're crazy, or you're overreacting, or you're freaking out over nothing, it's no big deal. That kind of thing, about things that are very serious, actually, to make you feel stupid for even reacting to it in a legitimate, normal way. The narcissist will alternately idealize you and devalue you, depending on whether you're useful to them or not. That means they will start out looking at you as wonderful, tell all their friends about you, and shower you with gifts, and just adore you, tell you things like you're the only person I ever loved. Borderline personalities do the same thing. And then when they feel that you cease being useful to them, all of a sudden you're dirt. I don't know what I ever saw in you. You're not the person I started out with. Look at how you treat me. You're not the one that I loved. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go find somebody that's better type of attitude. They expect you to trip over yourself to try to please them, literally. And they'll never be pleased. You'll feel like you're running around in circles with them, trying to make them happy, trying to please them, trying to bless them, trying to make them approve you. And it will never happen because narcissists don't approve of themselves, let alone anybody else. They don't have that sense of self-worth connection inside of them. They'll generally not change unless there's a major miracle, I believe, from God. So enjoy the nice little things that they do for you if you're going to stay with one, but don't get upset when they don't change, because the only one you can change is yourself. They cannot put themselves in your shoes. They lack empathy. So do not expect them to feel your pain. Do not expect them to take you to the hospital when you're hurt. They'll say things like, oh, it's no big deal. You're fine. Just slap a Band-Aid on it. You're just such a big baby, that type of thing. So have an emergency plan on hand during crises and illnesses, and make sure and feel free to own your own feelings and feel your own feelings, regardless of their poo-pooing attitude towards you about you're such a baby, or you're such a wimp, or, you know, what are you crying about? They twist conversation very easily. So be sure of what you said, because they will come back and they will tell you, oh no, that's not what you said. I remember what you said. So make sure you know exactly what you said. They will and can use it against you. Stay tuned for the next part. God bless you from Delusion to Speller. Bye-bye.